What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Washington Commanders. Today is gonna be a special live stream. We're gonna dive in. This is Commanders talk session where we just talk everything the off season of Washington Commanders, which you already know. There is a lot of exciting news. We're gonna dive into um, briefly with ownership, and we're gonna dive into the new hire with um, um, Dan Quinn, Kliff Kingsbury, and um, Joe Whitt. But without further ado, before I hit the intro, I always got to bring my brothers back on. I haven't. We talk behind the scenes a lot more, so we decided to bring it forefront. My man Herb with the word on the street, and
Yes, sir.
my other brother Gray. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it. Already, I love the platform. I love to talk about the command. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So, without further ado, let's go.
After the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
Man, the intro still fire. Still fire. I love it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was up dancing the whole time on that intro, boy. Let's go.
yeah. So I definitely go the guy that did this intro. I'm gonna get him to retool it because we got some new names. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a little bit bring a little bit more fire to it this year and everything like that. So without further ado, man, how y'all feeling about the off season so far?
So far, Cloud Nine not high enough. I can say this, man. We Commander fans are something special. I'll tell you why. We don't. We're not celebrating championships. We're not celebrating Super Bowls. We get a new owner, we celebrate. We got a ticker tape parade. We get a new GM, we celebrate. We get a new head coach, new OC, we popping bottles. Just came. What you think gonna happen when we start winning? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how Dave Chappelle said, it's a celebration.
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey, like I said, man, we got to get it in when we can get it in, right? Fans might look at us and say, damn, boy, they celebrate like hell. They just got a new coach. Yes, sir. Because we know good things are coming in. And as they say, can't nobody tell me nothing. Tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. It's about to go down, man. We going back 30 some years to our ways of winning. I really feel that. I might say it every year. I get it. But deep down on the inside, this time, I feel it, man. I feel it. I really do. I just feel that we doing everything right from the ownership on down.
The thing about it is you're supposed to feel that way no matter what. We was feeling like this the beginning of the season. We think, every enemy coming in there. Sam Howell getting his first start of the season. Training camp was looking good. We bringing fans back to the stadium, back to practices, and I mean it was hot as hell too.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But the thing about it is that's what we live for. The season didn't pan out the way we expected to pan out. And I can tell you one thing: we are some critical ass Commander fans. No, it don't matter what it is. We critical. But that's just how you love your team through the good and the bad. You got to be critical.
Fickle as hell. And guess what? We haven't seen nothing yet. It's gonna start at the draft, right? Man, why we do that? As Greg say, just let them cook. Just let them cook. You know what I'm saying?
This year, Greg right. I'm not gonna be upset. I'm gonna let them cook because the structure is there. The structure wasn't there like it's supposed to be last year. The structure is there, and Dan Quinn is going to coach. Adam Peters is going to do what he do best, and everybody else, I'm gonna let them do what they do. So, talk about Adam Peters and Adam Peters. Excuse me, Greg. I want your thoughts on him.
Well, first and foremost, brother, let me revert just a little bit. The ownership, brother. As everybody that know me and know I'm a diehard, always said, July the 20th, 2023, we had already won our Super Bowl, right? Because the ownership changed with positive people that we knew that had an eye on how to build an organization. We've been in a rut for 25 years dealing with the other owner and with all the hiccups and all of that, man. I was already pumped from July 20th. Now, on the 12th, well, when the 8th was over, I went to every home game. I went to 2 away games. And, I ride for my team. Ain't no question. I'm going to ride for them. But on January 8th, when the announcement came out about 8:30 that morning, Ron Rivera was gone. They relieved him of his duties, which we all knew was coming after the end of the season.
Yeah.
God says, I particularly heard him say, look, we're going to be thorough, but we're going to be rapid in this process of getting the GM, getting a leader of the football side of the operation. And that he did. And then not only did he do that, I feel, now that's personal. I mean, you listen to the thing. I think they got the best one out there. Now, no shade on everybody they interviewed, right? I mean, I'd have been happy with either one of them guys because everyone they interviewed was leaders. They've been leaders in the winning organization. To me, Peters was the lead. And on the 12th, it was announced that Peters was our GM. So you take 4 days, bro. They went in. They had a plan, man. That tells me that good things is coming. Like my brother Herb just said, man, the sky's the limit for them. You know what I mean? I'm to answer your question, man. As far as Adam Peters, I'm extremely excited.
Her.
Hey, man. Right now, hey guys, are you hearing the echo?
Yeah, I am.
Not now.
Okay.
Man. Earlier,
Okay.
A little bit, but.
I mean, we're just ecstatic, man. And first of all and foremost, I want people that want to be here. Anybody that whispers they don't want to be here, I don't want them here. My man, DQ, Dan Quinn, he wanted to be here. You hear me? He wanted to be here. Right?
Peters.
Right. The brother wanted to be here. Adams wanted to be here. I want guys that want to be here. I want guys that want to win with this team, not a team, this team. Now, with that being said, the way he's bringing in his coordinators, everybody was on joke time because we didn't have a coach just recent as a week ago, right? Everybody on joke time. Oh, y'all don't have a coach. Y'all looking in trash cans. No. We trying to get it right, and we got it right. And Greg, I know we spoke about it. Martin, we spoke about it. I was very high on Quinn. The reason is when he was at Seattle, I loved the boy. I just loved the man. Just love what he was able to do to get them guys to play like that. They weren't overly talented. And you can tell by the way they went elsewhere. They weren't all pro when they went elsewhere. Richard Sherman wasn't. Was Jamal Adams wasn't. So these guys, man, they went other places. They just weren't all everything. So he coached them and got the maximum effort out of them. And if he's going to do that with the burgundy and gold, oh man, we got some good days. Now I would tell you guys this: we got some Pro Bowlers coming our way. We may not even know who they are yet. With free agency coming up, right? With all the draft picks we have, we don't know. But I'm telling you this: we're gonna have our fair share. We're going to have our fair share. He's going to get maximum effort out of those guys, man. I mean, truly he is. And when Dan Quinn went to Dallas last year, I cannot lie to you guys, I was hating it. That man had that. We talking about the Cowboys, who was always known for not having a defense. We're killing folks. Number 1D in the league, and I'm sitting there looking at our defensive gurus that we have, and we rank 31, but that's over with. I'm not even thinking about them jokers anymore. Not even thinking about them. What I'm thinking about right now is how are we going to put this potion? How are we going to put this thing together? How are we going to put this thing together and put a hurting on the NFC East? And much more. Guys, I know I'm being overly optimistic, but I don't think this is a 3-4 year plan. Or I just don't think it is. I think we're gonna come in right now. We are ascending, and Philly and Dallas are descending. And the Giants are the Giants. But I talked to you earlier today, Greg. I think we went 0-6 in the division. That was very painful. Very painful to watch. But I'll bet everything I own. I will bet everything that you won't see no 0-6 in the division anymore. I guarantee you that.
So how you feel about Adam Peters? That was the question.
I love him. I love him. I think when he only interviewed with us, that's what I was speaking about. I started out by saying I want people that want to be here. That's the direction I was headed. I was really starting out my conversation by talking about him. He wanted to be here, right? And when people want to be here, I'm all in with you. That dude's one of the best in the business. He learned a lot out there in San Francisco, like anything else. They're gonna hit and miss, but man, when I tell you that boy hit, they hit. I mean, they might have missed with Trey Lance. That was a big one. But man, the boy hit. The talent, the linebacker he got. What round was that, Greg? Where he got Wagner? 3rd round?
Yeah, Fred Warner. Yeah, he got
Warner,
yeah,
right? Just getting Debo Samuels, right? Getting Kittle, getting these guys, and the quarterback Purdy. Come on, man. I think that's more coaching than anything, because when you take a man, the last pick in a draft, and not only is he making a Pro Bowl, but he an MVP candidate, having your team in a Super Bowl in his 2nd year starting, that's just amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. And hats off to the San Francisco organization. They put some good structure together. And I'm glad we were able to tap into that and get a GM out of their hat. I'm elated about that. Elated.
Can't hear you, Mark.
I had my mic off because I was trying to kill some of that echo. What I was saying was, when the process for the new GM was, and they really, to me, it came down to 2 people: the GM for Chicago and Adam Peters. But Adam Peters' name was floating out there so much to where it was a no-brainer, because it's like they did it so quick. They did the process so quick, and I had a feeling Adam Peters was going to be the GM, because the fact, you got to think, he's been a part of 3 winning organizations: the Patriots, the Broncos, and now the 49ers. And now he's bringing all of that experience to us. So, and he's fairly still young. So therefore, I love it. And that's what we need, some kind of real structure. That's what I was hoping for. It's not like everything's so chaotic. So, but I'm gonna switch to Herb real quick. And Herb, did you get a chance to see Dan Quinn's press conference interview?
Did I? I grabbed my cleats, bro. I grabbed my cleats. You gotta love the energy. And what I was telling Greg is most of that was right from the heart. He might have, had some reminders written down, but that man was speaking from his heart. And everything, he wasn't saying too many things that was cliche. It was about His passion, and I felt it from the start. When I tell
Yeah.
you that man got passion, when I watched him in the press box with the Cowboys, the way he was pumped up on that defense, I was sitting there like, damn. I didn't want to give no credit to no Cowboys ever, but I said, man, that they got a hell of a coach. And you saw it. They came in as the number 2 seed in the NFC this year because of that defense. And man, and think about this, guys. We were damn near dead. What were we, 31st, 32nd in defense this year? So we need a defensive handprint. We need that. We need that. The offense and getting, oh my God, guys, you have no idea. It was to see the hell that I think we're going to bring this year will be epic. I'm talking about, I want to see my dudes getting pick sixes. I want to see my dudes killing quarterbacks. And that's what that boy brings. And that's what's going to happen, man. I can't be more excited. I truly cannot.
Greg?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I done watched the press conference about 7 times, since it happened. For real. And each time I get more excited. Just the vision that I have that he displayed about being explosive and attacking and aggressiveness, and I know me and Herb had plenty of conversations like why the other regime wouldn't bring more than 4 when it wasn't working. Bring somebody else and change it up, or just switching guys, like manipulating, showing one thing and do something else. That type of stuff. It wasn't no. The dogs. Look, we had the dog. It's no question, because the year before that, I think we was ranked 6th or 7th. So, and we was first in third down defenses. So I think in 2022 we was ranked number 1, and they haven't getting off the field on 3rd down. So they tell you that they was in there, but again, OCs and everybody has, they have tape too, and they study and they know what we did best, but we just kept on doing the same thing, and they adjusted, and we did. So, but again, that's past tense. That was last year. It's gone. It's wiped. It's clean. Everybody's new and refreshed. So I'm anticipating that. I was talking to Herb today, I believe, and I said that I'm tempering my expectations, because right now the way the roster construction is I'm saying about 6-7 wins. And he laughed at me because I know how passionate I am about this team. And of course, after free agency and the draft board, it's where my mind goes.
He gonna add 5 more to that all day, Martin. He gonna add 5 more to that.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
I'm extremely excited, man. If they can put it together like I think they can, with Peter's the soul pick, he going to the coach, and him they preaching lockstep or alignment. That passion right there. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be done, man. That's how winning organization does. Even though I look at like Kansas City Chiefs, they just ridiculous, bro. And even though Andy Reid has to say in that, but he works lockstep with Veach and all of them guys over there, man. And they consistently winning, man. This dude, if you look at this year, I'm just speaking on this Super Bowl, right? Kansas City, you wouldn't have thought Kansas. If you looked at it 4 weeks ago, it wasn't no way Kansas City was gonna get in this game, right? But their defense is solid. He's been off the hook. Spag's hell of a coordinator, bro. He's one of the best out there. That's I DQs. I mean, defensive coordinators. I think we got Quinn, and he's on that level. But I think what he preached in that press conference, one of my favorite things he said, that he self-checked himself. You know what I mean? He went and called former players that he played for, asking them what went wrong. He did a whole he called it a 360 of himself. And I got people to evaluate him, what he did wrong with it. So he said he stretched himself too thin, because he had say, and he don't want the final say. He just want to be in input and say, hey, this is the type of guy I want. Can y'all get it? And we got one of the best pickers, best personnel to go get them guys. And
yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
And see, he knows the thing about it is that he knows what he wants. I mean, I didn't watch the press conference 7 times, but I do want to do a recap of it probably this weekend, just before the Super Bowl, because I want to get more insight. I like just because this is, to me, I feel like everybody was dumping on us, say, oh, why we get Quinn. And I just tell people, I say, you got to look at his track record. I compare his track record kind of like Jim Harbaugh's before Harbaugh won the national championship. Harbaugh and Dan Quinn kind of like the same person, because Harbaugh is a defensive kind of guy too, but he loves to run the ball. That's one thing about Jim Harbaugh. He loves to run the ball. Dan Quinn won everywhere he went to. Yeah, the Atlanta situation didn't pan out. He could have had a second Super Bowl, but the thing about it is the offense took their foot off the gas, made his defense gassed out, and then, Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. You know what I'm saying? And then, and to your point, Greg, you brought up the Kansas City. Guess what they did? They took what the Patriots used to do. The same thing. They taking that same model. Patrick Mahomes, if you pay attention to him, he's changing his game now. He's not have to put it all on his back. He utilized the guys. That's what the great ones does. And I do believe in Dan Quinn a lot, because he took Atlanta Falcons team. He resurrect Matt Ryan's career. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kyle Shanahan was a young pup still at that time back then. He has grown a whole lot now. And you bring in somebody like Kliff Kingsbury in there that is a mastermind, can do certain things. And that's what he said in his press conference. He's seen Kingsbury just like he saw Kyle Shanahan. So you mirror the person that you want, just like the one that you had before, because you knew, the offense could go somewhere. All you got to do is focus on the defense and the other personnel of the thing. And like I said, when this whole coaching thing was out, all I heard was Ben Johnson name. Everybody was riding Ben Johnson.
Right.
And I personally didn't have Ben Johnson up there. I had Mike McDonald up there. I had Ben Johnson. I had Bobby Slowick third, and I had Dan Quinn fourth, because I felt like I have Dan Quinn fourth because I thought he was going to go back to Seattle. That's where I initially thought he was. So he was, right. But if I knew he really wanted to come here, I think Dan Quinn would have moved up to number 2 over Ben Johnson. Right. That's because he has that experience. He only been a head coach once. He's not really a retread like a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like Belichick been a head coach 2 times, and he been with Patriots 55 years or whatever the case might be. I'm just exaggerating, but I think Dan Quinn knows his flaws and what he did wrong, and he's going to improve on it. And I think I said this. I said I would not be surprised before the 3rd year of his Tennessee, Washington is playing for an NFC championship game or sniffing close to the Super Bowl. I firmly believe that the way the NFC is set up, I do believe is their turnaround is going to be quicker than we think it is. I don't think it's going to be a long process. Like how Ron Rivera said, 3 to 4 years. And we still ain't turning around shit yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think Dan Quinn has a plan and everything like that. So that's just my take on it. I think I love the hire even more. I mean, I wasn't against the hire. I just had my preference at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I was not so much sold on the Ben Johnson thing. It was just something about him that I was like, this dude, to me, he seemed like a genius. Then I started watching how the Detroit Lions been playing, and I was like, well, damn, they ain't putting up 30 points. They just putting up 24, and it's not like they putting the gas on the pedal on the gas. I said, damn, they could have been up put some of these teams away. They could have been in the Super Bowl right now. Technically.
In all fairness, they probably should be there, right? I mean, in all fairness, they just did everything possible to give away the NFC Championship. Everything possible. It was almost as if they were damn near point shaving the way they gave up that stuff. I mean, the turnovers, the mistakes. I mean, the guy the ball bouncing off the face mask of a cornerback, bouncing off his helmet, and the guy catching it and falling down on the 1 yard line like a 50-yard pass. I was like, that's amazing. But I want to get back to talking about Quinn, Martin. Let me tell you guys, people put so much emphasis on the fact that he lost in the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. But I look at it a little differently. I look at it like he jumped out on the New England Patriots 28-3. 28-3. The fact that he did that. Now, when you go up 28-3, you have to change your plan up a little bit. The only way you lose that game if you give it away. They just happen to give it away. And they playing against Brady. They just didn't play smart at all. But the fact that they were up 28-3, you give me that any day in a Super Bowl. You give me 28-3 lead, and I'm walking away with a title. He made some mistakes they just weren't running the ball. A lot of that falls on Shanahan. But I'm telling you right now, please put us in that position. Just get us in that position, right? And one thing Quinn said in his presser, he learned from some of the mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. He learned from the mistakes. And I guarantee you that those mistakes won't be duplicated. We're going to finish teams. And not only that, but when he said he prayed that he get another shot, and that other shot was right here where he went to college in the DMV, can't help but to be happy, man. Man, to hear that passion from that dude.
Hey, again, speaking on that, right? He truly wanted to be here because I heard Chris Russell. I really don't listen to, sometimes I don't listen to them, to that 106.7 or 98.
Yeah.
But, I like listening to certain people on there, but I actually heard Chris Russell. I actually like Chris Russell.
Chris Russell is from Locked On Commanders.
Yeah. He's not on that no more with the dude Davis on that, but I heard, David Harrison. I heard him say that 3 weeks before the season, he asked, he was talking to, 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Right after we played 49ers, we played Dallas. So he talked to somebody, coming into that week about, Dallas defense, what's going on. Dallas itself as a whole. Yeah. And he said on the radio, and I never forget it. He said Dan Quinn, he was talking about Dan Quinn, and he was like, how he deploys defense and that stuff. But he made a statement. He said Dan Quinn told him, the other guy, whatever, he said, I want a shot at the head coach position this year. I'm ready to go be another head coach again, get my shot. And he said, I really want to go to Washington.
Wow.
That's what he said. Now, going into week 18 game, that's what he said.
Did you hear that yourself? You heard that yourself?
I heard Chris Russell say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
So when you were stating that he really wanted to be there, that was kind of crazy. So when I know me and Herb talked about it, on the phone, and he asked me my top 3, 5, whatever, right? And I'm not gonna sit here in front, you know what I mean? Because the smoke was out there that Ben Johnson was on his way, right? More or less. But my 1A was Mike McDonald because I wanted that. I love how the Ravens, that guy.
Yeah.
Defense.
I agree with you. That's what drove.
That was my 1A.
Yeah.
That was my 1A. And I probably put Ben Johnson 1B because it made a lot of sense for him to come there, and we could use the way he deploys offense. I like how to be honest with you, I like how Detroit play offense. They play aggressive and they play hard, and they run the ball. They do all of that. I can't knock that.
Yeah,
and my third, if Herb remember, I told him Rob was my third candidate. Raheem Moore.
Raheem Moore, yeah.
Bobby Sloat was probably like 5 because another young guy, but I just never thought Bobby Sloat would be ready because it was the first year calling play stuff. I didn't think he could, capture the men. And Quinn was 4. So, but when all the stuff came down, like when the dude Ben Johnson called the guys, sent a text, bro. They found out on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that Ben Johnson went in, and they was on the plane, bro.
Yeah.
I thought that was so disrespectful how to do it. Not that he chose to, just
stay.
It's just the point. It's just how you did it, man. If you had that feeling, just call him and tell him, man, I'm good. You know what I mean? Or wait till they got there, right? Went in the interview and said, sir, I thought I changed my mind. You know what I mean? The process. But let me you here to talk to Aaron Glenn anyway. So let me give it to him and get y'all's process started so I don't waste no more of your time because I feel that we got unfinished business here and I want to stay.
Yeah.
Why not just say that, bro? As a man. You know what I'm saying? As a man, why don't you just say that? You know what I mean? I thought that was, I feel some kind of way about that part, how they treated people. But if you notice, right, Ben Johnson was the hype. Everybody on the national pundit, everybody said Ben Johnson to Washington. Ben Johnson to Washington. Oh, it's
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Because they assumed he was the hottest thing and the ownership was going to go for it. But one thing I can tell you, John Connor, Adam Schefter, all of them two, Nicky Giovanni, all of them kept saying the whole time, I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I'm not hearing nothing from the Commanders ownership or that group saying that's correct. So I don't know where these national pundits or where they assuming, what they're assuming, why they're assuming it, right? Because we old enough right now. We know what the word "assume" stands for. So that's what happened. So I'm actually ecstatic that man said, because I think we dodged the bullet. Because I truly believe if we had other ownership or recent ownership, they would threw the whole bag of this kid.
Oh yeah, and even though with Josh Harris and all of them, and he's saying that these just basketball guys, they think they know about football and all that stuff.
I don't know if he said it, but still. I could see him, his agent,
saying that. Yeah.
Because they said, if you remember, what's my man, Garofrello? What's his name?
Mike Folio or whoever it is?
No, not Folio. I really don't listen to him.
Yeah, I can't say.
I'm talking about the guy on NFL Network, ballhead. Mike Garofrello?
Something like that.
Okay,
I know
in
you
the
talk
podcast,
about.
he was on the Seattle podcast. He said that the Seattle group because Ben Johnson went to Seattle in an interview, right? Or
Yeah.
Seattle came to him in an interview, right?
Yeah.
Seattle went to them, and he took the interview with Seattle. Mike Garofalo said that he bombed the interview, like was not good in that interview.
Yeah.
Not the Commanders interviews. So everybody putting it like Commander putting out the smoke that he interviewed on Zoom, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe he didn't. But Commander, he said that he heard from Seattle's people that he didn't interview well. Right? So they spend it like we said it. So then now the agent is spending it like, oh, they just basketball guys. Yeah. That's probably about the dumbest, the absolute dumbest response that you could come up with, bro. For one, Rick Spielman ain't no basketball guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam Peters ain't no basketball guy.
Yeah.
Martin Mayhew ain't no basketball guy.
Exactly.
You spent the first hour on Zoom with them three, right? And then you spent the last hour on Zoom with Bob Myers and the owner.
Yeah.
The owner's a businessman.
Has to be.
He just owns, He just owns the basketball team.
Correct. That's what owners are. They're businessmen, first and foremost. You don't see too many owners out here that are athletes, other than like Magic Johnson, other than him.
Right, Magic was.
Yeah, not too many owners are business people like that. But Magic, one of the most successful businessmen out there.
Ever. Bro, so to make that statement, I'm just glad we dodged the bullet. We don't even have to talk about this guy no more on this podcast.
But you know what? They also talked about his arrogance too, right? Man, he hasn't done anything to be that arrogant. You understand what I'm saying?
Josina Anderson, about 3 weeks before the hiring process started, it was put out there that he wanted $15 million.
Yeah.
As a first time,
this guy hasn't won nothing. Detroit hasn't won shit. So I tell you what. I hope we play him. I hope we play him. I do. I hope we play him.
I think we do play them in the regular season this year.
No, we won't play them this year in the regular season. But enough of him, man. Let's get back to the positive.
All right. So
Washington Commanders 2024.
The next person I'm gonna go with now is Mr. Kliff Kingsbury. So Herb, I'm gonna let you take this one. Now just like Dan Quinn, Kliff Kingsbury been getting beat up in the media also because of the Kyler Murray Arizona Cardinals situation.
Yeah.
So,
let me handle that. Let me handle some of that. Let me handle some of that.
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Go ahead.
So let me tell you, rumors were, guys, that the Commanders were going to hire Chip Kelly, right? And I was like, damn, right? I did not want that smoke at all. Did not. Magic Johnson got involved, right? I don't know if you guys heard it. Could be hearsay, but Magic got involved. I've heard it from more than one source. Magic got involved, called Kingsbury, and next thing you know, he canceled his acceptance with the Raiders, and word was out he was interviewing with us, but it wasn't a real interview like he is the coordinator. I said, hallelujah, brother. I said, hallelujah. Everything just falling into place. Now, with that being said, Stephen A. Smith just dogged Kingsbury, talking about how did he get a job because of his affiliation with Caleb Williams. That's not true. I can tell you this. Kingsbury had Arizona playing a few years ago. Man, they were doing some incredible things on the field. right? They really were. The man, I want to reserve some judgment here, but the man can dial up some offense. The man can dial up some offense. He's quarterback friendly for sure, but he even said that he learned. And then they said, check this out, guys. His run to pass ratio in Arizona, you know what it was? Anybody care to guess?
I read it today. I'm not for sure.
51 to 49. His run pass ratio. I couldn't believe that. I thought it was like 60 to 40.
No, he had number 6. I mean, Connor, James Conner out of Pitt.
Oh, Connor, yeah. He had Connor, and what's the other boy he had? Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
He had Connor and Drake. So he ran the ball too. And their defense was nasty. He just kind of, Kingsbury kind of fell out of grace with Arizona. And I believe, and I mentioned this on my page, that when I saw Kyler Murray curse him out in a game, I knew he didn't have control of the team the way a leader needs to, the way a coach needs to. And he was gone the next season. You can't have that. You can't have your quarterback coming on the sideline cursing at you. I don't give a damn who he is. Now, with that being said, if Caleb Williams or whoever we may take comes to the sideline and start cursing out our offensive coordinator or head coach, there's a problem there. There's a problem there. And that's what happened at Kingsbury. And that's when I said, that dude not head coach material right there. And he's coming back right now, guys, not wanting to be a head coach. He wants to be a coordinator. And that's what I love right now, accepting their roles. Accepting their role. And our head coach is going to coach. Our coordinator is going to coordinate and delegate the offense. I'm just ecstatic, man. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. When I heard we were getting Kingsbury, guys, I'm telling you right now, it couldn't have been a better offensive juggernaut that we could have received, that we could have gotten. Now, with that being said, I did not, I'm going to say it again, I love to be enemy hire when it happened. But I never said he was this offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
Never said it. Because they don't throw to their receivers enough. If you look at it, you look at Jahan Dotson and you look at Terry McLaurin, the numbers that they put up collectively this year. Any great coordinator is going to say, I got to get these guys the ball. And that's what Kingsbury going to do.
Yep. He definitely is.
My thought when, just to go back a little bit to say to Chip Kelly, actually, I was intrigued about Chip Kelly. He's one of the innovators that bought the pistol and
that hurry up.
Yeah, the hurry up offense and all that stuff into the game, right? For the first, for 2 years, bro, it was working fantastic. You know what I mean? But defense got up to it and they got exhausted. It exhausted their defense because they would score so quick and the defense was on the field and they couldn't really stop nobody. So I wouldn't have been disappointed at the hire because again, I'm in the lane that whatever they do, I'm good with it until they show me they can't, you know what I mean, until they ain't done. But that ain't happening. I'm even more ecstatic because the way I looked at Chip, the way I looked at Kelly, right? He was gonna be there for the long haul too in my mind. Like he knew he wasn't gonna get another coaching gig, so he would have been there the whole time, you know, so that it could have kept some rhythm, right? For years to come if they had success.
Yeah.
So, but Kliff Kingsbury, I'm piggybacking off of what Herb said. He's coming in there with the same ambition. He's younger, right? That's a younger. He's innovative, right? He's a film rat. It's been known. A few outlets have put it out there. Even the guy from Arizona, John Kahn, was a great interview the guy had on there today, yesterday, from Arizona who covered Klingsbury. The dude was, Sam 48 from the Washington Post, stated that Kliff Kingsbury get to the building 4 in the morning every morning. Every morning. It was a 10,000 hour rule of film that he wanted to do. I forgot my guy's name, but I ain't got time to pull it up since he's here because I read it. The guy had a 10,000 hour rule. He said he was pissed off because if he did 3 hours a day, it took him 10 years to get to accomplish that. He didn't want that. So he watched film 5-6 hours a day, but even before practice and after practice, during his whole day he watched. So he's a rat. You know what I mean? When it comes, he's a junkie, a film junkie, football junkie, that type. So I'm ecstatic with that because, for the simple fact, now I was on the EB high too, but I was happy to go lucky, bro. I wanted that man to get a shot, man. I think he deserves a shot. You know what I mean? But he went, and I respect EB. You know why? Because he said, I'm gonna bet on myself. Come on, let's go. And he did some good things for Sam, man. To be honest with you.
Oh, my goodness. The first half of the season, every Redskin fan, every Commander fan was talking, we got our quarterback.
Yeah, he did some good things. I'm guilty.
We're guilty. Yeah.
And I'm still totally not out on Sam. I think I want Sam to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? I do want him to be on the team because he's young and
he will be on the team. He's too good not to be.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dude, the man basically was a rookie quarterback and was what? Less than 100 yards away from 4,000. He was less than 100 yards away from 4,000.
40 yards. 40 yards.
Yeah, but he was less than 100. In my eyes, they should have let that man do it.
But he had
the same way they fed Terry McLaurin.
He had a lot of attempts, but it's okay. But either way, it's no here, no there. No matter what, they ran, like I said, in Peters and Mr. Harris, the Hog, as I call, Dan Quinn, whatever decisions they make, bro, they can't. It's no mistake they can make. To me right now, okay? I gotta let them, they get paid more money. They get paid, they got way more sense in football. They don't forgot more football than I know, and I know some football. Trust me. But I'm gonna respect their decision, whatever they make throughout this whole process. But when Kliff got hired, bro, yeah, that just ramped up the ante, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, I felt your energy, bro. Once we hired him, bro, I can feel your smile over the phone. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, bro.
Right.
When they had a little video done. They had a video where Peters was walking into the office with Quinn and shaking their hand out. I could feel that bro hug through the TV.
That's what I'm talking. Oh, that's what it was. There was some bro hugs up in that joint. Yeah, and I wanted, man, to embrace my phone and just say, give me some of that. Yeah, give me some of that. Because I'm right there with him.
No doubt.
I'm right there with him, dog.
So, yeah, I'm happy about Kliff, Martin, to be honest with you. Back to you, brother. I don't mean to make that
no. I'm not. I'm just listening. I'm just researching some stuff at the same time. I mean, because I want to go back to a point you hit on, and I'm trying to first I want to go on I want to hit on Sam real quick. Now, I agree. Sam did show some stuff. He had his up and down season. I'm not going to, but I think that what would have helped him out more if we had a sustainable offensive line and we used the run a little bit more. I think those two things kind of, because even though we knew he could have threw the ball, but at the same time, we didn't utilize the scheme that Eric Bieniemy had to his benefits because the offensive line was so much in shambles. I think he'll probably be on the roster I saw something today that, because Kirk Cousins is a free agent and he's probably going to get picked up by somebody. And if Minnesota do not draft a quarterback this draft, I could see us offering Sam Howell for a pick to Minnesota. So that's something to keep in back of our mind. Especially with everybody that's in the draft that's looking for a quarterback. Everybody's trying to, move up. They're trying to do all kind of crazy things. Now for Eric Bieniemy, he last year when we fired Scott Turner, I had my pick. I had Joe Brady, Joe Brady, from Joe Burrow days. I liked him. I like Schottenheimer over there at San Diego. I just didn't like him under what's the coach that got fired this year? Staley, whatever his name is. And then I had Eric Bieniemy because Eric Bieniemy had a proven track record. He was a Super Bowl champ, and everybody was kind of like down on him. And I said, okay. So, and then I had Greg Roman on that list too, and so I was like, okay. So I had them four. When Eric Bieniemy got the job, I said, okay, this was gonna be exciting. I wanted to see how he would have looked in Washington versus being in Kansas City and having Patrick Mahomes and Isaiah Pacheco, Andy Reid over there. And I just think that, to me, I feel like his success hindered on a rookie quarterback, and I don't think Ron provided the necessary tools for him or Sam Howell to be successful. That's just my opinion. I think Ron didn't take care of them the way he did. It's like he protected Jack Del Rio more than he protected.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
He protected Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy. And I think if we had got some offensive linemen, Andrew Wiley is trash. Charles Leno is trash. I make jokes about it all the time about Charles Leno. Only thing he could do is make babies. But the dude is not a good offensive lineman.
I gotta disagree with that, bro. He's solid. I think he's.
Who are you talking about, Leno?
Yeah, Leno. Me personally, I like Leno. I'm not in love with Leno.
Trash.
I think he's all right, man. I think he's. What do they call that?
Serviceable.
Serviceable. There you go.
That's it.
Yeah. He's serviceable. He's serviceable, all right, but not in the way I'm thinking. But I just think that, to me, I just felt Ron didn't do Eric Bieniemy and Sam Howell no favors. And I think Eric Bieniemy, I think he wanted to do so much, and he wanted to prove himself, and he was trying to make everything work so fast. And then Seta just took a step back and like, okay, went to Ron and said, look, I need this. This is what I need. Yeah. This ain't working. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
well, I'm gonna say this, Martin. Having Bieniemy here and Sam at the same time, having Bieniemy here and Sam was both a gift and a curse. What I mean by that is, it was a gift having Bieniemy here and Sam here because Bieniemy brought out the skill sets that Sam had. The one thing that I said to you guys all season is we're going to have to be patient with Sam. We gave a man 1 year, right? And I said it. I kept saying it. Remember, guys, last year I was so high on Sam. And I said, we're going to have to be patient with him. We did not practice patience with him. We did not practice patience with Eric Bieniemy. Bieniemy only got 1 year to fix all of that stuff. Now, I'm going to say this, guys. Guys were talking about how much Sam had to pass the ball. but our offensive line was trash. We couldn't run the ball, and we were behind so much. So the kid had to pass. The offensive line was trash. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but I'm going to say this. Sam Howell almost passed for 4,000 yards, basically his rookie year. And Greg, I think you said it was like 40-something yards away, and he didn't play every game. So he should have had that opportunity to get what?
He started every game.
No, I thought Jacoby started the last game.
He never started no game.
I know what happened. Jacoby came in for him and got hurt. And he got hurt. And he couldn't play the next game. So they had to put the boy back out there.
He pulled his on a Thursday, he pulled his hamstring.
That's what it was. He was going to start the last game, but he couldn't go. He
started against the 49ers.
Yeah, right. And they threw the kid back out there. By that time, everybody had already tanked. Everybody had already said, hey, man, we done for the year, right? But again, it was a curse, right, that we lost so many games that we should have won, even with Sam. But the gift was we're picking second in the draft. Am I right or wrong? That's the gift that comes out of this. Yeah. We picking second. And Greg, we talked about it, and Martin, you talked about it. Well, Greg, you and I talked about it today. If we had Quinn as coach last year, same personnel is what we have this year, the same team. Well, we would have got, what, how many wins we finished with? I think we would have finished with close to double-digit wins. I really feel that. We probably, the 2 games against the Eagles that we could have won, maybe we get one of them. Being swept by the Giants, I don't see that happening. The Cowboys game, maybe they beat us twice, I don't know. But coaching just had a big role in all that. So it was a gift and a curse that we had Sam and Bieniemy. And again, man, I wish Eric Bieniemy nothing but the best because he took a chance on us, Greg, when nobody else wanted to be a part of it. He said, I'll go to Washington. And he showed us some things. And I'm sorry that he was a little hard on some youngins. These are young millionaires. But at the same token, they're men. Mm-hmm. You cannot berate these guys. You can't call them out their names. You just can't do some of those things. And maybe he'll learn from that because he got talent. His coaching skill sets are there. But he's so old school, cursing players out today may not be a good thing for today's player.
So let me chime in real quick. Have you heard the latest with Eric Bieniemy? Or what happened?
Yeah, that he may be going back to Kansas City.
No, not just that.
No, what happened was, if I go ahead and speak on it.
No, go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
Before the Ravens game, he went to he gave them a pep talk. Basically went in Baltimore, since he was in town, he went and gave them a whole, rah-rah speech, get them pumped up.
You talking about gave the Chiefs?
Yeah, gave the Chiefs.
He was in a meeting. He drove. Yeah, he drove up there.
He drove to Baltimore. He gave them a meeting in the hotel before they had the game. So I don't know if that's considered tampering. Maybe we get a pick or something out. Who knows, bro? But it don't matter. It don't matter. He's gone.
Yeah. The word on the curb today is that he met with the Chiefs, right? He met with the Chiefs.
Oh, he went to the Chiefs. He went to the Baltimore.
No. I'm talking about today.
What? No, they saying that he met with them last week.
But you talking about the Ravens game.
Last week, yes.
Right, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they're trying to work something out where he can be a consultant in the Super Bowl because now he's fired.
Right. I'm saying this, he did this before he was fired.
Right, but I'm talking about now that he's fired, he can have a role on that team. Now that he's fired, an official role.
Absolutely can. But what Martin was saying, the word is he was there before he was fired.
This was last week.
We even got a coach.
Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago at the AFC Championship game. He was still employed with the Commanders. He technically he was not supposed to be in that with that team at all. Even I don't care about no pep talk or whatever. They say he cannot. Yeah, it's illegal. So Kansas City they're gonna owe us something by draft time.
Repercussions behind it.
Yeah, because if they pick him up as a consultant for the Super Bowl and knowing that he already been there, that's a violation. He can't do that. You're not supposed to have no contact with no coach that's employed by another team. That's just like I'm interviewing.
No,
Exactly.
you can have contact.
No,
you can have contact.
No, if what I'm saying is
he was employed. It's just like if you was working for Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
Okay, and you went over to BMW to teach them some things, knowing that you're employed by that, and the rule is you can't do that in the league. Okay, not while you employed. You was
it definitely seems unethical. It definitely seems unethical.
Exactly.
Because Gray, for what I seen and heard from NFL Network reporter said that he was in there sitting down and he got up. They was going over there was some play they was going over, and he was drawing up a damn play.
Oh damn!
I see the same shit.
No, I didn't see that or hear it, but I work so much that, man, I appreciate it. It's my first time actually hearing about that. Yeah. I did hear about him being in Kansas City and they're trying to see how they can get him on the sideline or something. But if they may have that lingering, they probably don't want no part. Oh, he talked to Mahomes today. That's what they were saying. He met with Mahomes today. He met with Mahomes. Now, again, but they said he's a free agent.
Well, he's fired now, so he can do what he wants.
Right.
What Martin is talking about, it might be some repercussions from him 2 weeks ago when he was the head coach, assistant head coach of the Washington Commanders.
Now, let me ask you a question, though. Who would be in violation? The Commanders?
No.
Or the Chiefs?
The Chiefs will be in violation.
Chiefs will be.
No, but he was a Commanders employee at the time.
Correct.
Exactly. So by them talking to him, whatever composition that is, they have to compensate us.
Because
I'm just thinking, can we be held liable?
Possible.
You understand what I'm saying? Because Greg, if you work, Martin, if you work for BMW and you commit a violation, BMW gonna be held. You a BMW employee.
Yeah,
right.
I put it this way. This simple. This gonna end all motherfucking questions. Excuse me. In all questions. Miami contacted Tom Brady. They lost the first round pick.
Yep.
So you take it for what you want.
Yep.
Miami contacted Tom Brady while he was still technically employed
with Tampa Bay. New England Patriots. Yep.
Okay. Well, let's say this, Greg. What about if Tom Brady went and contacted Miami?
I don't know.
See, my thing is this. He was a Commander's employee.
Well, hold on, Greg. Hold on, her. The thing about it is, if Josh Harris didn't know this, and Eric Bieniemy willingly went himself, you know what I'm saying? If he willingly went himself and the Chiefs let them in, the Chiefs gonna be liable because they knew he was an employee. They should have never allowed him in the building anyway. He went on his own personal. It's not like Josh Harris told him to go there.
I get it, but he was an employee of the Commanders.
Correct.
That's all you understand what I'm saying? He committed a violation while being he was an employee of the Commanders. I'm just hoping that we're not held liable in any way because it was our coach that went into a Ravens facility.
Well, went to not the Ravens facility. They went
I
to
mean,
the
Chiefs. The Chiefs.
Hotel.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's possible, it's plausible that we might gain one or we might lose something.
Lose one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because he went out and gave some information. Now, but Greg, at the same time,
they were drawing up plays.
Yeah, he was drawing plays up.
Hey, Greg, at the same time,
they sent it to you. I just found it.
At the same time, Greg, could he have been bitter to say if he do that, the Commander's gonna lose a pick? Did he know that?
I'm never going into speculation on nothing, but he did. Yeah. What I'm telling you, James Palmer put it out there. Look at that. I just sent you on your phone whenever you get a chance, and I sent it to both of y'all. But that's what he said. And now that could be a problem for us. It could be a problem for them. Who knows? I don't know.
But shit, if he's in there drawing up plays, that's definitely gonna be a violation for the Chiefs. Because he's not supposed to because you get that's an unfair advantage for the Super Bowl against your opponent. And this guy's an employee for another team. That's almost like the Jim Harbaugh situation. That's almost like Spygate if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? You volunteer information. You come in there and giving information, drawing up plays for another team that's in the Super Bowl against another opponent, and you employed by another team. That's crazy. So, I mean, we might say, for instance, Washington get liable or get fined for that, but that could hurt Kansas City because they could lose a pick, they could lose something, or get fined for it. So yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man, because like I said, man, it's like I don't know. It seemed like Kansas City. I heard they was hoping Eric Bieniemy got fired like 2 weeks ago because they wanted to hire him then. I don't think they can hire him now. Like, I mean, I don't know what the capacity because the Super Bowl is like what 3 days away. You're almost 3 days. What?
Well, he could have been consulting with him ever since Dan Quinn's press conference, to be honest with you, because he was legitimately let go. So now it's nothing to go in there and say I'm gonna go with my team and holler at them and all that stuff. So
I got you.
But yeah, I mean it's interesting.
So yeah, but all in all, man, I think
well, good luck to him. You know what I mean? Hey,
yeah,
the best. It's up to him.
So we're gonna probably gonna wrap up a little bit right here. Since the Super Bowl is a couple of days away, Greg, give me your thoughts on the Super Bowl. Do you think Kyle Shanahan can win the Super Bowl, or you think he's going to have an 0-3 record? Because, mind you, as much as an offensive genius he is, this won't look good having an 0-3 record in the Super Bowl. And one is a coach. This will be two as a coach and one as a coordinator.
Well, what I would tell you, man, this is what I would tell you. I wish on my team, I wish I had a coach that was 0-3 in the Super Bowl. That means we got it. Okay. Bills, they happy they went there. They mad they lost, but they happy they been there. They can say they went to 4 at one time, 4 in a row. So that means they were doing something right to get it. So what I would tell you, is it possible? You asked me, is it possible for them to get win it? Absolutely. You got to get up in there to make it, right? I mean, yeah.
But for legacy standpoint, I guess that's what I'm looking at.
He's young enough. This is what I would tell you. He's young enough to get back. Obviously, he's been there 3 times. 3 out of the last 4 years, he's been in the NFC Championship. So he something's going right for him. Okay. He would have gotten there last year because they would have beat Philly if the boy didn't get hurt. If Christian McCaffrey wasn't playing quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was on their last quarterback when Purdy got hurt. And so I think they would have got there last year. And probably wouldn't have won it, but they got there. Again, if he goes on 3, he goes on 3, bro. Like I said, he young enough to get there. They're not gonna fire him. He's gonna be there for him, man. I think they actually just renewed his
No, I don't
contract.
think they fire him. I think just for legacy standpoint, because you gotta think his dad went 0-4, you know, before they finally won. But so who has the edge and who you think is gonna win?
Well, this is what I would tell you. From a personal standpoint, I would love to see Trent, Chase, Kyle, whoever. I love to see them winning, right? What I would say though, Mahomes is hard to beat in games like that because he's gonna give you everything he got on the field. Look at him play Philly last year. It was down halftime. He had a bum ankle, and he still brought him back. Seemed like the Chiefs wide receivers were catching the ball. Now all year they couldn't catch nothing but a cold. Mm-hmm. Now they catch it.
Yeah.
So my thought, you know, I don't have a leg to stand on, but I'm rooting for Trent, Chase. I hope they get a ring. I wouldn't mind seeing them get a ring. But if I had to put money on it, I'm gonna bet. I bet with Mahomes. But I ain't a gambler, so I'm not betting.
All right.
Well,
hey,
I don't. Go ahead, Herb. Go ahead, Herb.
I'm sorry about that. So, as you guys know, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I can say this. Once you leave the burgundy and gold, I don't give a damn about you, to be honest, because all you're going to do is talk shit about our organization and what your new organization is doing right. I'm watching it. I see it happen right now. I watched my man on the other night. Well, they take care of their players. Like we're just dirt on somebody's shoe. So I don't give a damn. Once you leave the burgundy and gold to me, that's it. I don't really care about you. You know what I mean? I'm not rooting for you. Because all you're going to do is talk crap about how bad of an organization we were, how bad the fan base was, how bad the stadium was. I don't have time for all that. So with that being said, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I think the Chiefs, the way they have that, I think Mahomes, man, is a real dog, man. I think that he takes it as personal as any player that I've seen, and he's a winner. And I think they beat the 49ers again in the Super Bowl. Now, with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys something that you guys do not know. When I was a youngin', I really was a big 49ers fan. Always a Redskin fan. Always. But you know how it is, man. Before Madden, there was something called, what was that damn game? And only the 49ers was the only team I could use. Tecmo Bowl. So it was a game called Tecmo Bowl, and I used to use the hell out the 49ers. So I had some allegiance to them. But other than that, nah. It's Chiefs all day. I really believe it's Chiefs all day.
For me, I kind of way back and forth on it. Because I'm so tired of Taylor Swift, and this I feel nauseous. I feel like
I don't really understand why people mad at that, though. I mean,
no. I'm just saying it's like how when I'm looking at it, it's favoritism because I look at Roger Goodell. He's supposed to be neutral. It's like he's more engaged into the Chiefs. It's like. And you already know there's so much speculation about the game being rigged, referees, and all of this stuff. And it just don't look good for your commissioner to be all, you know, I mean, I know you're happy for the team winning or whatever, but it's just too much. To me, it's too much. But for a football standpoint, I think, for the 49ers to win, and they don't have some close games. The last two games, they should have been gone. They should have been home, period. And I don't know if they have a rabbit in the hat, another rabbit to pull out the hat against the Chiefs, but they're gonna have to play their best. It just is as simple as that. They're gonna have to play their best. Brock Purdy gonna have to silence people. He gonna have to do what he did in the last game against Detroit. Because if Kyle Shanahan lose, it's not gonna be so much of an indictment on him. It just, it's gonna be like, okay, well, he can't get it done. He done been there, 2 times, whatever. But then they're gonna start looking at the roster. They're gonna like, because Brock Purdy gonna get a lot of criticism. He's gonna get I'm telling you, he's gonna get criticism. Patrick Mahomes' legacy is already there. It's just going to enhance more. Andy Reid is going to enhance more. And if Andy Reid keep winning Super Bowls like he's doing, hell, he's probably going to overtake Bill Belichick if Bill Belichick don't get back in coaching. That's the way. So I do want the 49ers to win. I think the 49ers should have beat them the last time they went. Jimmy G cost them that Super Bowl. I think the 49ers are way better now. I think they got a guy in Brock Purdy that understands the game a little bit more. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to hurt the game. He's not going to make mistakes to hurt the game. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are they're to be beat. They are there to be beat. It's not like they dominate in games in the playoffs. Baltimore hurt themselves.
Yeah, but the Chiefs' defense is vastly improved and really underrated. The Chiefs' defense very underrated.
But the thing, I said that. I understand that, and I said that same thing with Baltimore. Baltimore could have beat them. They had everything laid out for them.
Everything.
I don't even know why Lamar Jackson didn't use his running ability in some of the instances of that game. I think, to me, when I look at this matchup between the 49ers and the Chiefs, you got Travis Kelce on one side. You got Deebo Samuels on one side. That's pretty much an even match. Then you got IU, who's probably better than they wide receivers on that team, on the Kansas City team. Then you got Isaiah Pacheco and you got Christian McCaffrey. You're gonna get the edge to Christian McCaffrey because he commands so much. Then you got George Kittle's. That's another weapon. So to me, I feel like 49ers offense had the edge. The thing is going to be the 49ers defense, how well they're going to hold together to stop them, because they've been vulnerable to the run the last 2 games, Detroit and Green Bay. And plus, Patrick Mahomes ain't going to hurt you. He's not going to make mistakes. You got to force him to make mistakes. And like Greg said, Spagnuolo's defense, they're going to do some things like they did to Lamar Jackson, and they're going to do it to Purdy too. It's going to be Kyle Shanahan, the genius that he is, how he's going to offset that. That's going to be the chess. That's going to be the chess match game. Spagnuolo and Kyle Shanahan, and whoever come out on top of that, that's who it is. Now, Herb, that's funny you said that you was a 49er fan, because I started out a 49er fan. That's why I fell in love with Joe Montana. But my mom was a Washington Redskin fan, and that's why I converted over to them. And I've been a Washington Redskin fan ever since.
Redskins have always been my number one, always. But because of Tecmo Bowl back in the day, I had a lot of love for the 49ers. But fellas, I gotta wrap it up. But one more thing. I need you, Greg, and I need you, Martin. What are we gonna do, Martin, with our number 2 pick? I know we're gonna be back on before the draft, but what are we gonna do with that number 2 pick, Mark?
Hey, guess what? We're gonna save that one. We're gonna save that one for. Let me see. I don't want to wait too long on it.
I tell you what, man. We're gonna do a mock draft soon, so let's just do that.
Yeah, we do a mock draft. We'll do a mock draft before the draft. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. I look forward to it.
and then we'll do it. We come back and do another one around combine time and look at some prospects and see who we like in the combine and talk about
Look
that.
forward to it.
So
Look forward to it.
I'm gonna give y'all guys homework on the combine. Y'all write down the players that y'all like.
Yeah. You coming up again? Are you coming up again?
You damn right I'm coming up again.
All right. All right.
I'm coming up again. Oh, this year it's gonna be even more because
I got you. I
I'm
look forward to it.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing y'all again too. I had a great time because definitely
Okay.
I'm trying to go to Cali to see my Hurricanes play Cal this year in October. So I'm
Okay.
going. I gotta fly to that one. So, but anyway, so we're gonna come back around now. If anything transpire from this point on, you definitely we'll come back quicker. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you know it's gonna happen next week. I'm telling you. I'm
Man,
telling you.
I'm always available.
All right.
So therefore, but like I said, guys, it's been great. I think we going in a great direction. I don't care what nobody say about our coaching staff. I mean, because honestly, if they had got these coaching staffs, they'll been happy too. So I'm not even worried about it. I think we definitely are going in the right direction. If we can say that for the first time for a long time. So yeah.
For sure.
But guys, I love y'all. Y'all my brothers always, no matter
You,
what.
brother.
Y'all stay blessed. You know, we gonna be, we talk almost every day, so it's nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing
I
new.
appreciate you, fellas.
And
All right.
Herb, you look like a Hollywood star over there, baby boy.
I'm feeling like it. Hey man, I had my eyes dilated today, man. So, you know.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you fellas, but you know we're gonna be talking tonight or tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Y'all be good. Stay blessed, guys.
All right,
You
fellas.
too.
All right.